Do you hear this, Tyler?
I do. I don't like it. We were doing
Some
this
tingles,
too.
you know?
What?
ASMR.
Yeah, we were doing
ASMR podcast.
Yeah,
We
Tyler's
were doing
just
ASMR.
Tyler's like, I'm gonna go through my notebook. Just go. He's
Do my Dr. Roleplay now.
Assignment on
I have this habit of like collecting the weirdest ASMR videos I can find.
And then just putting them.
Pulling them on blast whenever I'm hanging out with people. Like this one where this guy like paints his face red, puts on horns, and is like, does a role play as the devil. Doing ASMR. That one's a good one.
Everybody say bye to Zane.
Thanks.
Bye, Zane.
Bye, Zane.
Don't worry about that, Zane. You know you're like one of my best friends.
I know, but it's like, not right after you're just like, I just kind of want you to leave.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Night Talks podcast. We're on number 3 now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm your host, Tyler Tang.
I'm your other host, Parker Crandall.
And we have no one on the couch today.
No. We kind of got caught by surprise after the 4-day weekend.
Yeah,
so.
it was a weird 4-day weekend, and I forgot, because I usually book a guest on Tuesday, and then usually I tell them, like a few days ahead of time, and we usually record on like Fridays or like some day clear close to the end of the week, but today we have to record on Wednesday because Parker's busy on Thursday and I'm doing something on Friday, so yeah. I mean, so we thought, why not get to know us a little bit better again?
Yeah. And if you send us an email or text us or whatever to be on the podcast, don't worry. We're sorting that all out.
Don't worry. The waiting list is
people
still a
on as
thing,
we
and
can.
if you offered to come on the podcast, the offer is still there. Okay, it's just I didn't want to ask somebody the day before if they wanted to stay here. Because we record after 6 period, and usually by the end of recording this podcast, it's around like 4:40 or like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to keep anybody that late by like surprise, So like we're here, and today we're gonna talk about guilty pleasure movies.
Yeah.
Or just guilty pleasures in general.
Yeah.
We
need to relax or.
Yeah. But since the first podcast, you've caught up with some movies, Parker.
Couple movies.
So why don't we just spend some time talking about that?
I saw Blade Runner. So that
my
was
number
one
movie of all time.
And I can totally see why. It's
Uh-huh.
that movie was amazing. I was
you told me
floored
you
of how
really
much I
liked
liked
it.
it. I mean, I gotta be honest. I was kind of surprised there were no blades. Like I honestly thought like, oh, it's gonna be so cool. He's gonna have like a sword or something to fight robots.
No, it's not an action movie.
No, but it's really good. I'm so surprised how well that movie held up. Like it has not like dated at all.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's there's some special effects, but you can like barely notice them. It's very, very subtle. There's a lot of things in that movie.
Do you agree with me, Harrison Ford's performance? Because he's fantastic.
He's really in that movie.
Yeah.
It's so weird seeing him like young, like because he's younger than he is in Indiana Jones, right?
I believe this was actually around the same time.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Because he looks like a kid almost.
He doesn't
not like a kid, but like
a kid.
He looks like 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
I'm glad you liked that movie.
Oh yeah, like everything about it was like I was pretty floored. Just like the tension, like everything it felt like really dramatic, but not in like a bad way. Like I mean, you could like feel like what they were trying to go for. Like everything felt like really I don't know the word for it, but like I don't want to say magical,
like
but
well
like
directed.
Yeah, like there are a couple of times where like at the end when he's fighting the I forget his name, but the guy from like
Roy.
Roy. Yeah. like those like last few moments, they're like so cool.
The
like
tears,
I was just
the
like,
tears
oh
and
my
rain
gosh,
monologue.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's spectacular.
It's super intense, and the world building is. I think I mentioned this like a lot on the first episode, but I like talking about world building a lot. But like I like how everything's just like you just kind of get it all from context. There's no like, the LexCorp Corporation took over everything, and now everything has robots in it, and like it's just a crawl in the front, and then everything else is just kind of like defined by the setting, which is. I like that. It's
There's
so
not a
much
lot
better.
of like you don't ever feel overwhelmed with like all the background and stuff. But although it is a movie that you need to pay attention to, if you want to fully understand it though, so it's a little deep in that regard.
You kind of get what's happening just from like looking and observing and just taking it all in.
Do you want to talk about the ending? I'll put a spoiler warning here, and if you can stop listening if you want to watch Blade Runner, and you should, because it is obviously it's my favorite movie ever.
Mm-hmm.
So stop talking about. I mean, you can skip ahead of the podcast if you want, and I'll put a time on the description that you can skip to if you don't want to hear these Blade Runner spoilers. But yeah. So is Deckard a replicant?
I think so, because I can't explain the like unicorn dream without it,
Right.
or like how that guy I don't know who that guy
Implanted
was.
memories and everything.
Because it would make sense that they would bring it up and then like.
Yeah, so you know how I told you on Ridley Scott's director's cut, this was sort of like Ridley Scott 100% intended that Deckard is a replicant. So that's why I said the director's cut skews towards that. And the final cut kind of leaves you like you can go both ways.
Pretty ambiguous.
You can go both ways. Harrison Ford interprets Blade Runner as a movie where a human learns empathy from like robots and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it's
kind of like
Harrison Ford kind of sees the more like the character development side of Deckard, while I mean I just don't
get the origami dude. Like
yeah.
There has to be a reason why that unicorn's there.
Yeah, I mean, and I haven't. Again, this is why it's my favorite movie. I haven't really fully understand it. Like I don't feel like I have a complete understanding of Blade Runner either.
Yeah,
and it's one of my food. Like I've rewatched it many times, but it's like I still think about it every now and then. But obviously, I said I don't agree with Ridley Scott, so I don't. Because here's the main reason why, though. I wouldn't care that much if Deckard was a replicant, but I just don't see the practicality of it in the story. Like I don't see why it would be necessary for Deckard to be a replicant,
Like, why would they make another replicant to kill all the replicants?
Yeah.
And he's... Oh, I guess you don't know if he's lived longer than 4 years.
Well, now we do, because in Blade Runner 2049...
right?
So that just brings another issue into the story. If Deckard is a replicant indeed, why is he still alive in 2049,
Yeah, I hope they don't mention it at all.
Yeah, because I want to keep this... Yeah, I hope they just...
Because then they have to make like a magic replicant that Deckard's super special, And that
right?
just kinda
Or they
ruins
can
it.
just not mention it. We can I don't know. We can still have that theory that he's a replicant, but if they just, it's because I don't. First of all, I don't really think it's important anyway, because the whole journey of Blade Runner is not just like Deckard's. Like it's more Deckard's development obviously is a part of it, but like the last scene that makes Blade Runner so special is the villain coming.
He is phenomenal in the movie. That was so cool.
And see, that just I don't know why Deckard being a replicant would be so significant to the story. It just feels like an extraneous detail that
Yeah.
So in my opinion, that's why I don't really read it that way, and I also really like Harrison Ford's just interpretation of it. So I think it's really cool though that you could have a movie like this where the director and the audience doesn't have to agree,
Mm-hmm.
But that also kind of makes me worried about Blade Runner 2049 because we don't know what direction they're going to go with that ending.
Yeah, after I saw this movie, I don't want to touch it because it's so timeless.
Yeah, that's my number one concern with Blade Runner 2049. But if we have Denis Villeneuve behind it, I'm sure he can make it good.
Yeah, but it's gonna be modernized, It's just gonna be.
Oh no! Have you seen the trailer for Blade Runner 2049?
What was a trailer?
Yeah, there's a trailer out. You didn't know?
Uh-uh.
Oh my god, I have to show you this afterward then because it looks it looks exactly how the first movie looks.
Oh, really? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Like, and aesthetic and everything. So, yeah. Okay, so we're done with spoilers.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Although, okay, no.
okay,
I won't
never
mention
mind.
it.
Okay, another movie that you saw was Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yeah, this was a while back, so it wasn't like in between podcasts. I'd seen it. Yeah, that movie's like I like it better than Paranorman. I don't know. Coraline's just that movie's just really
Coraline,
special to me.
Yeah,
so
it's special to me, so I can't.
say
I don't
it
know if I
beats
can
it.
rank it, but I mean, I think if we're doing it objectively, though, Kubo and the Two Strings seems to be the best Leica movie yet, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's
Oh
on
my
my
gosh,
top.
yeah.
It's on my top 5 of 2016. So I'm really rooting it for it to get the Oscar this weekend, and I hope it does. I will probably insert something if it loses, because I am gonna be so sad. But I found it to be one of the most emotional like animated films I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, like it really moved me in the theater, and then just like the attention to detail with the culture and everything. So that was one of my main gripes with Moana. It just like, and I know this because a couple of like Pacific Islanders have told me, it's not really like representative of their culture.
Like the plot, yeah.
I mean, I do admire that they have like Pacific Islanders in the background. Like obviously, like Taika Waititi wrote the first draft.
Like,
They have Jermaine Clement and stuff.
well, he's New Zealand.
Oh no, but he's also he's Maori, which is a Pacific Islander.
Oh,
too.
really?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
him and Taika are like native Pacific Islanders. So
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
so no, but they were born in Australia, so they're New Zealand too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, I admire that they had all those like minority talent in the background of Moana, and that's something that Kubo doesn't have because the whole cast is like white.
Like, yeah, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
Kid from.
But
Game
I
of
feel like
Thrones.
there's more of an attention to detail in the culture of like they've really paid attention to like Japanese culture and stuff, and it felt like a love letter to everything. And so other than like the casting, I feel like this is the most authentic Japanese movie I've ever seen from America.
Yeah.
So, oh man, and it makes me so happy. And I'm not Japanese, but like I could appreciate that on a level too. So, oh my god, and it was so emotional. I straight up cried.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my god, the ending is so powerful, and I don't want to spoil it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it floored me definitely how much it how you can see like the textures and everything, and just like his hair, I can just see like the tiniest little details, and it kind
Oh
of
my
like
gosh,
resonates
the
with you
fact that-
far more than like a CGI movie would.
I don't know how they did like the origami and everything too, because it was all floating in the sky and like, oh my god, amazing.
Yeah,
I know that
if you
some
see,
of
like,
it is
behind-
computer generated though.
But I don't think that was.
I don't think
because
that
I
was,
can
though.
I've
Yeah.
seen like behind the scene videos, and the ship, like everything, it's just like it's all, yeah.
Oh my god, it's incredible. And then lastly, you saw La La Land.
Yeah, I have to see it again because I was really distracted. I saw it in like 2 parts, over 2 days. And
I
it
think
was-
you saw the DVD screener too.
Yeah, it was
so-
on like 1, 2, 3 movies. So
It's
I don't know. I need to see it again because I was watching like movies about it, and then it was an actual HD. I saw them record the opener. There's like a behind the scenes like Damon Chazelle
Oh, he was
Dude.
talking about the opening sequence.
No, he was recording it on his iPhone, and they were rehearsing it in like a parking lot.
Oh.
So like they
that's so
played the
cool.
music all over it. Like they played the music over it, and like they had the actual like performance on the side. And it,
But it was like from the perspective of the phone while it was.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
he was directing it. He was actually like filming it as it would, but I think it was on his iPhone or something.
Yeah.
And like even just that was like it made a huge difference. Because I kind of hated the first song. I don't know why. I just like I was just I didn't hate it, but I was just like, this is just whatever. But then I heard it again on that YouTube video, and I was like, okay, I'm starting to get it a little bit more.
So you think you just didn't see it in the best quality?
No, I think I think it just kind of distracted me because it was just like a really bad like quality, and I was just kind of like I wasn't focused on the movie as much. But
so you think on a rewatch you'll like it?
Yeah,
better?
I had to get into it because like the music actually is really good, and I like looking at some of the performances again. I want to see it again and in a higher quality. It kind of ruined it for me.
See, and I'm glad that we get to talk about this because I have a passion for seeing movies in the theater. I feel like now with like all those Netflix streaming sites and everything, everybody just kind of waits until they can watch it like at home. And while there is something to be said about like watching something at home, but like I feel like the movie theater experience is not like as valued as much today.
Yeah.
Less and less people are going to the movies, and I feel like especially for a film like La La Land, this is a movie that you have to see in theaters to like fully 100% appreciate.
Because it is like it's a performance, and you kind of need to. It needs to be like blown out of proportion. Not you know what I mean? Like it needs to be big, and like you need to be consumed with like the work and not just kind of like passively watching it. So yeah, I feel like a theater like makes sense for this. I think that's what happened to me is because I wasn't like engaged with it. Yeah. So I just kind of like blew it off.
So I'm excited for you to watch this again. Maybe when it goes to the dollar theaters, we'll see it together.
Yeah. You think it's gonna reach the dollar theater? Like,
yeah.
Like
all movies do.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it was. It has been in every theater now, right? Like
yeah. I mean, originally
everywhere.
it was a limited release because the distribution was terrible, and like Lionsgate was only releasing it like the week before Christmas. Like I actually had to see Rogue One and La La Land on the same weekend. Oh wow! And they only had it at a few. Like they only had it around like 2 theaters here on release date, which was crazy. And man, they should have. I mean, they should have made such a better investment because this movie could have made a lot of money if it like.
Yeah, I mean,
it is still making a lot of money, but like,
now that it is in theaters,
now that it is in theaters everywhere, but like, oh my god, back then I could only see it at like 2 theaters if I really wanted to.
Yeah, what a screw up.
Yeah,
that's so sad.
But yeah, so like it felt like an indie movie, like limited release, but it wasn't. So like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like pretty high budget.
Yeah,
like,
it
looks
pretty high. You know, and like it was like an award season too, so maybe that's why, because they wanted to keep it limited for award season to like build the buzz around it. But like, still, man, I mean, like it could have made a lot of like I probably could have made a lot more money back then, like in December. But
I think it's gonna do fine now.
No, it's
like,
doing
sweep
fine.
The Oscars and then just
I don't want it to sweep though. As much as I love La La Land, it's just I don't think any one movie deserves to sweep at the Oscars. Like
it feels bad.
It feels it feels bad. But yeah. Anyway, we're all caught up now. You want to go into news?
Should I go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay. So talking about watching movies, I saw Lego Batman.
Oh, you
I
did?
probably should have saw La La Land or like Moonlight or something. But, I went with my little brother. We saw Lego
Batman movie. That's okay.
Ooh, it's really good. It's really good, and not just because I like kind of love the Lego movies. Like, I know I told you this before, but I cried during the trailer for the Lego movie.
Yeah,
because it's just like that concept was like exactly my childhood. It was like everything fit so perfectly because
I love the idea of the original Lego movie, like the lessons and like the morals that it has in there. It's a pretty good movie,
and like just that concept of everything's just a mix of all the Lego stuff you can find, and it's just a kid's imagination and buildings.
Like, yeah, it's unlike the Lego games where it's just like, you know, a world, but there's just Legos in it. It's like a world made out of Legos.
Yeah, and everything's kind of hodgepodge. Like there's like I forget what kind of references they make. Oh, there's like the Ninja Turtles are master builders, and like they throw in anything they can into the. Like that's how I used to play with Legos. I totally used to like buy a set and like build it and then just break it apart and use the pieces for other things and like make big old spaceships like that.
Here's my confusion with the Lego movie. With the Lego Batman movie, is this a sequel to the Lego movie? Or is it like a different universe?
It's very subtle, but it is the same universe.
Wow.
I guess like Batman's still a master builder. They don't like talk about what happened in the Lego movie or anything.
Right.
But it's the exact same character.
Okay.
Like, so it's I think I don't know if I like it better than the Lego movie, but it's a really, really good movie.
It looked solid.
You were talking about how you love the themes. Well, you like the themes in the first Lego movie, right?
Right.
This one,
It was surprisingly serious and like really like deep profound for like a kids movie.
This one does the same thing where it's like it's kind of heavy-handed and like it's like explicitly like they talk explicitly about what the movie's about, you know?
Right.
But it covers like something that kids movies normally don't cover, and it's really nice. Like
well, I'm guessing since it's about Batman, it probably deals with a lot of like family themes. You know?
it's about relationships. So the movie starts with like the Joker, like the movie frames the Joker Batman thing as like kind of like they're dating. Like it's like
I heard about this,
and it's basically like the Joker trying to say that the Batman have the Batman say he hates him, like he loves him, like. It's all like this kind of like a relationship thing where he's doing everything for Batman, but Batman doesn't pay attention to him enough. Like he wants to be the best supervillain for Batman, like his number one villain, but he won't say it because Batman drives people away because he doesn't want to lose them.
Yeah.
Right? So he hates relationships, and that's definitely like
that's a cool take on Batman.
Yeah, that's something like you don't really cover, and it totally fits into Batman's character, and like. It turned out to be like this really nice, like feel good lesson, and you know, like other kids movies just kind of like they have a theme, they kind of like dance around it.
Oh, and this
something
movie,
happens at the end.
This movie also looks hilarious too.
I don't know if it's still written by like the 21 Jump Street people.
I don't think they wrote this one. No, I think it's.
But it's definitely in the same vein. Like, it's not like cheesy like reference jokes like in like. I don't know, like a.
I know it's a very fast-paced comedy.
Yeah,
so.
it's like it's a lot of like character work and stuff, and I actually like laughed a couple of times in this movie, and I'm usually like pretty cynical about like kids comedies.
Right.
But, yeah, it's really good, and it's kind of cheesy, but it always kind of like manages to get you in the end, which is something I really like. And the Lego, like all the Lego sets look beautiful. All the characters are really cool. Like they're all like kind of well written. I think like they all are really defined really well.
Right.
And there's always like these really cute references, like Robin is voiced by Michael Cera. Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
My boy. And, like he always talks in like, "Gee whiz! Wow, what a pickle!" Just like as a reference to him in like the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie's chock filled with like so many awesome references. Like they like. There's like an opening scene where Joker assembles like all the villains in Batman universe, and they take like the worst ones ever, like Polka Dot Man, and and those ones are like actually real. Like there's like he literally says in the movie like it's worth looking up, like because they're all like there's calendar.
That's so
calendar
funny. Calendar Man.
Like, yeah, it's and then like there's one part where he's like they're talking about how Batman's been like a real downer for all since like in every movie, and like they recreate every movie in like a Lego. Like they recreate every movie poster in like a Lego form, and then they hit like Adam West, and it's actually him like dancing, and it's just really cute. It's super well done. Like I'm so glad, and it actually makes me excited for the other one they're doing.
Yeah, they're making. I think they have a few of these in the pipeline because they want Lego to be like another like shared universe sort of thing.
Yeah, I think they're saying it's like the pillar of Warner Brothers now. Like it's that DC and whatever.
Oh my god, this is technically the best DC movie.
It is. It totally is.
Oh my god, it's the best post Dark Knight DC movie. That is crazy.
I will say for the DC fans, because I like ragged on them last time, the animated movies for DC are really good, but those don't count.
Yeah.
Those don't count.
Okay.
Flashpoint. Check out Flashpoint.
Oh my god, I'm actually. I wish I got to see this. I haven't been going to the movies lately because January is that month where I just sort of like settle down and like wait, you know.
Yeah.
But I might. And then now it's February, but like maybe I'll check this out. It looks cute, so I actually really excited.
It's good. I really have like no complaints.
And I'm a pretty big like Batman fan. Like, I don't know if I'm really into like the Bat family and all that like stuff, like from the comic books.
They totally cover that. Oh, kinda. But it is all about like his relationships. And it kind of resonated with me actually. Like I totally do that kind of stuff, like push people away. So it's I like what they're doing. Like they're tackling a topic that isn't really tackled.
Right.
And they're doing it in like a childish way, but it resonates really well.
Yeah. Well, I guess it can't be that angry about Lego doing this universe stuff if like both of the ones that came out are pretty solid.
Yeah, and they're not like they're kind of low key about it. Like they like say something about him being like a master builder or whatever from the first movie one time, and that's it. Like, so they're just kind of like being really coy about it.
Yeah.
But they hire really good people too. Like Will Arnett,
Will Arnett is so funny. Yeah.
Zach Galifianakis is the Joker. Like, they know their comedy.
Right.
So I'm really happy with those movies.
Cool. I'll definitely check it out. Going on to my first news topic, Han Solo started production on Tuesday, and did you see
the pictures?
Yeah, did you see the pictures?
I saw one of them.
I think there's actually one, but like
okay.
they're all in the
saw
Millennium Falcon. Oh, I'm so excited because the cast is like really nice, and the only one I have reservations for is Emilia Clarke, because she's in Game of Thrones. But like I don't feel like her acting is that strong. Well, whatever. Anyway, I'm really excited. None of them were in costume though.
No,
right?
but I finally saw the actor who's playing Han Solo, and it's a little bit weird. Like it's kind of off.
He doesn't look like Harrison Ford.
I can get it.
But I mean, you've seen Hail Caesar, right?
Yeah, I did.
He played Hobie Doyle in that movie, and I feel like he's so charming. He was the cowboy, the dumb cowboy.
Oh my gosh, that was him?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm totally sold.
So he could totally, yeah. I think this movie has to be going for a comedic tone because we just talked about the Lego Batman movie. We have the directors of the original Lego movie. They did doing it? Yeah, they did 21 Jump Street. They did Last Man on Earth, the TV show.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So they're like really like comedic directors, and so obviously this movie is going for a comedic tone, and I think Alden Ehrenreich, that's his name, his comedic timing with Hail Caesar, like he was legitimately one of the best parts of the movie.
He was really good
because he stole the show. So I'm so excited for him, and like I was really nervous when they casted him because like his other like movies are like Beautiful Creatures and stuff. But once I first watched that movie, now I'm sold. I'm so excited for him.
Yeah.
And that says a lot because I'm so protective of Harrison Ford and his roles.
Yeah, I was like for a second I was really weirded out that Donald Glover was playing.
Oh no, I
Lando.
love it. He's the perfect choice.
Like I love Donald Glover, but he just doesn't look like it. So I was kind of off put by it. But now that I know
if you see
him
in the mustache,
I saw him in the full beard, and it like okay, he looks cool. I'm so glad to see more Donald Glover.
Yeah,
I love him.
I'm so excited to see them in costume.
His new album's really good.
The fact that we get to see more Han and Lando is what I'm the most excited about.
I'm so excited because I've been reading Marvel's run of like a Lando comic because they took over Star Wars, right? And it's so good. He's so cool. Like he's such a cool character. Like he's just
I know, and I feel like he's one of the most underappreciated Star Wars characters.
Yeah, so I'm glad I get to see more of him.
And especially because I feel like there's a lot of their untapped relationship that we don't really get to talk about. Because they've like went on a lot of adventures together. They had some like history together in Empire Strikes Back. So I'm excited to see. It's sort of a prequel, right? So like I'm excited to see like what happened, like what journeys they were on. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this, and I didn't expect to be either when they announced this movie, so that's really cool.
I was scared. Yeah,
I'm sold now. I'm just sold. Knowing the talent that they attached to this.
I hope it's not like just a bunch of references to the like original trilogy, you know?
I feel like Rogue One did that a lot.
It did. Like I totally cringed when like he said the title of the movie.
Oh, I didn't care about
really?
That.
That always
like
bothers me. It's so cheesy.
But it made sense in that case because they were called Rogue One.
Yeah.
So like in the movie it's called Rogue One, but
like how they like shoved in.
I guess that's true.
Like C-3PO and stuff and like
stuff
like that.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. That. And my second news topic is, Sony has got a Metal Gear Solid movie in the works, and yeah, you already cringed. I just wanted to talk about this because the director is going to be the director of the upcoming Kong Skull Island movie.
I'm actually kind of excited for that movie.
I don't have his name down. But yeah, like that movie looks pretty like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I explain it.
Mm-hmm. And this was like sparking a debate because he said that he would like this movie to be rated R, but if they get a huge budget attached to this, he would want more people to see it, so he would probably go PG-13.
Oh, everything about this just... I had no idea this was happening.
Right.
Okay, for like, Hideo Kojima has to like direct this movie, right?
I don't think he's gonna be involved.
No, because because Konami doesn't have him anymore.
He's
so
totally cut off
totally
of like Metal
That's
Gear.
so sad. That's so scary.
So
there's so many things wrong with this.
yeah.
Because like, I don't even know what you would do for a Metal Gear movie. Because like,
If not
they've
rated,
gotten so insane. Like,
yeah, the story of Metal Gear is like one of the most complex video game stories ever.
Have you seen the opening to Metal Gear Solid 5?
No, because I was like scared to even like touch that game because I don't know anything about Metal Gear Solid.
It was... I've never played the Metal Gear Solid
Uh-huh.
game either. 5 is really good, but yeah, it was just weird. Like...
Mhm. But you played 5, didn't you? Yeah, okay.
That game's actually really fun.
But I'm guessing you were confused.
Yeah,
for a lot of
because
it.
like, I like this kid in like a gas mask chases you all around, and you're Snake, but you're not Snake. You're like the bad guy from the other games with the robot arm for some reason.
So there's a lot happening.
And it's a character from the PSP portable game, and like you. This like gas mask kid is chasing you, and then you come outside, and like a giant flaming whale comes over the horizon and flies over you. Like that's actually like what happens. That's not like in a dream. Like just a giant flaming whale is just like appears, and
Yeah.
I have no idea what was going on in that game.
Yeah.
So
how are they gonna make a movie? Because this is a very
don't know.
untraditional story. So
you'd have to make it like the original games where it's like cheesy James Bond.
I guess.
But I mean, who really wants that?
Who
That's
wants
not
a
why
Metal
people
Gear
like Metal
movie?
Gear Solid.
Yeah, it's so sacred. But yeah. Anyway, I'm just really worried, and also the idea of this being PG-13 is like not appealing to me.
Oh no, it needs to be rated
Metal
R.
Gear has to be rated R.
Yeah.
Because what I do know about Metal Gear in the plot, because I actually do know a lot like about this series. I just never played it myself, but like, yeah, there's some like pretty dark stuff in Metal Gear. Like,
Yeah.
even though the series is a little bit lighter in tone, like there's a lot of dark stuff going on in that game. So like, this has to be rated R. There's no way they can make this a PG-13 movie.
And it's so weird thinking about like them limiting something from Metal Gear, because the reason why those games are so fun is just because Kojima can do whatever the heck he wants, and it's always like insane, but it always just it's always him, and it always feels awesome.
I doubt this will even be good anyway, because man, like all attempts in 2016 of making a good video game movie did not succeed.
Yeah, this was supposed to be the year, and they all kind of like faded out.
So, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
This
So that's
really
frustrating.
Gets me bummed.
I don't want to spend too much time
Poor
on this
Kojima.
next topic because we talked about it on the last podcast, but this is just an update. So of course Ben Affleck left the Batman, right?
Yeah.
So they got Matt Reeves to direct. Matt Reeves dropped off.
Oh really? I was about to like make a joke. Did he leave?
He left. Yeah, he did. Oh
shoot.
God. Yeah. I just
Wow.
wanted to like update that story since we talked about it last time.
Like I don't think they have a script or anything. Like,
Yeah. And I believe Matt Reeves explained it was creative differences.
already?
Yeah.
It's been like a few months.
So yeah, we hate studios here. Final story. I don't want to spend too much time on that because we already talked about it last time. But final story, unless you got anything to share.
No. I think this one's gonna be better.
Final story. It's just something small, but so Twin Peaks is actually doing a revival show this
Really?
Yeah, this year in May. And I'm really excited for it because I'm a huge Twin Peaks fan. Like, I don't know if you know.
No.
Yeah.
I've been like, I really want to watch Twin Peaks.
I love this show so much. It's like so surreal. But anyway, they've been like releasing like 30-second or like 40-second teasers on YouTube, and none of it is like new footage. A lot of it is just like flashbacks to the retro show, but it's making me really like. I didn't even watch this show like when I was a kid, obviously, because it's not a show that you watch when you're a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I actually started watching this like 2 years ago. But I've been feeling nostalgic for some reason. Whenever they release a new trailer, I'm just like, wow. I just remember how much I love the series.
Dang.
So,
Okay, can I have to get on it and like actually watch it?
yeah, I believe all of it's on Netflix, and it's only like 2 seasons.
Oh, really?
It's just the episodes are kind of long. Like the first episode's like a movie. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have the movie, of course, Fire Walk with Me, which is mixed reviews. So I'm just excited for this series to be back. I don't know if it's going to be like it might be a big disappointment because the X-Files like came back and their revival was really messy.
Was that good? I was always curious about it because I know like there was a one comedian that I liked who was like a big fan. He was on the actual episodes.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, oh, I hope it's doing.
Was it
well.
Rhys Darby?
Huh?
Was it Rhys Darby?
No, it was Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh. I
He's
don't
like
know who that is.
a Nerdist guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, the X-Files revival was very disappointing.
Oh, no.
On all
Okay.
ways. Because if you're a fan of the series, they just made some like weird creative choices that are just so like strange, and they just, I don't know. I feel like they lost a lot of what made the original show like great. That said, there are some really good episodes in the revival because there's this one with Rhys Darby, and it was called. I think it was talking about like the were monster or whatever, and Rhys Darby played like a lizard man. It was so funny.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because if you don't know this about the X-Files, great show by the way. You guys should check it out if you haven't seen the X-Files. It's like one of my favorite like retro shows ever. But like, so there's Mulder and Scully, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like crime. They're not crime. What? Paranormal investigators. Like they work for the government and stuff. So this show has so many tonal shifts. Like every episode is something new and something like crazy. Because you never know what you're gonna get. So there's episodes that are like really so bad it's good.
Yeah, didn't they have a tie-in with Cops? Like they switched shows.
They did.
Apparently that episode is actually really good. I want to watch that one.
They have an episode where like Mulder gets stuck into a video game. It's called First Person Shooter, and it's like one of the worst X-Files episodes ever. But then you have some really solid episodes in this show, like really emotional, like character development show like episodes. Mm-hmm. And then you have comedy episodes, so like the werewolf like wereperson one. Uh-huh. So yeah, it's like a really like it's a hodgepodge of like different things. So that's why I find X-Files very like entertaining, because it's like it's so broad. Like every episode you get, you never know. You never know if it's gonna be good or if it's gonna be bad. It's just it's wild.
That's fun, but it makes me like not want to rewatch it because I know I'm just gonna like waste my time on a few times.
That's true.
And it
just
kind of feels bad, but I want to actually watch it.
It's legitimately one of my favorite shows ever. So yeah. Anyway, we spent enough time with news. Why don't we get to our topic?
So our topic today was
guilty pleasure, anything really.
Yeah, just our guilty pleasures. It's been like kind of a long 4-day week for some reason.
Why don't we just chill
out of it? So
yeah,
we just want to talk about something easy, something fun. You know, something that's not like.
Do you want to go first? What's your first pick?
What to go with? I guess my like guilty pleasure like food, like these are super gross.
Yeah.
So, I always get like I raid my pantry and get like a tahine, like you know tahine. I just eat it.
Yeah, everybody
knows
what tahine is.
Like I totally just like pour this over my hand and just like eat it.
It's
so good. I love that.
That's not gross because a lot of people used to do it like freshman year.
I remember that. There used to be like tahine packets everywhere.
There would be tahine packets like all over the cafeteria. I remember I would find so many like running the mile in PE freshman year. They'd just be on the floor. So yeah.
But yeah, I can just like eat like a bunch. I can eat like half a bottle.
Oh my
I
God.
think I've done that within like a month.
See,
And
I
it's
usually
just, like-
eat it with like cucumbers or something.
I mean, I do that too,
Yeah.
but like, sometimes I just need that kick.
You just
know?
need to have it like in your mouth.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Oh, another one. Like when I'm alone and I'm just like, I'm like super hungry. I just want something to eat. I get bagels, like onion bagels, cream cheese, ham, barbecue sauce,
Oh
and
my
I
God,
just
what?
I eat it. Yeah, it's actually like super good, because it's just like the saltiness of the bagel and then the barbecue sauce. I don't know.
I feel like I'm learning a lot about you right now. It's really weird.
Because I get really hungry, but I'm also really lazy, so I just throw stuff together and just.
I know how to cook,
chow down.
so I usually cook something.
Like I like cooking. Like I love I would cook like really good mac and cheese or like sriracha, like chicken wings and stuff. But like, no, I just get like
I guess
for a
when you're
guilty
lazy,
pleasure.
right?
I just I just get whatever I can and just mix it together. It's actually really good. Cream cheese and barbecue sauce.
Cream cheese and barbecue. Well, I like cream cheese and like Cheetos.
Oh really?
Yeah, like on a bagel. Like I don't know. Like people, it's like a huge thing. I guess people do that, but it tastes good. Yeah. What about you got anything else food related?
Costco muffins. Costco chocolate muffins.
I've had a lot of those because my mom sells them at the donut shop. She just like kind of gets muffins, and then just sells them there in the display. So yeah,
Nice.
I've had those before. They're really good. Oh my God, but they're so like. I
They're
feel like
huge.
Costco, like anything is like really dense, and like their cookies are always chock full of chocolate, and like the same thing with their muffins. It's like 60% chocolate.
Yeah, you get those big chunks in there. It's so good. Like half of a Costco muffin is an entire meal.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And
Yeah,
I
I always
always eat
feel
the whole
full.
thing, man.
That's a good breakfast. I guess not really though, because it's mostly chocolate.
It's like double chocolate.
Yeah.
But you get those like nice cool bits of chocolate in there, and it's just heaven in a big loaf of chocolate meat. It's good. Whenever I'm alone and I'm just like super lazy and I just want to like relax for the whole day, I'm eating barbecue bagels, tahini, and chocolate
Barbecue,
bagels.
ham, bagels.
Muffins.
Yeah. I wrote more focused on movies. Just
Yeah, don't worry,
Yeah.
I did too. So like a big part of like our guilty pleasures is like so bad it's good movies.
Oh my God.
So we got a lot of,
Let's not get to that now though.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
talk about like just guilty pleasure movies, like movies that are really bad, but like we enjoy them in some way. So the first one I wrote on here because, oh my God, I remember when I told you I liked this movie, and I was so happy that you liked it too. But Tron Legacy is on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea people hated that movie. Cause
It's like infamous. I actually didn't know either because I liked it a lot when I was a kid, and then recently, like not recently, but I looked up the Rotten Tomato score like last year or so, and it has
It's
like
really bad.
It's really bad.
Oh.
And I love this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the original Tron too, so like I got all the references. I didn't feel like it was like ruining the sacredness of the movie. It was really fun.
I feel like Tron
it was
is
really
one of-
cool.
I feel like Tron, like back then, it was reviewed really well too. But I feel like if you watched Tron, like right now,
Super ugly.
it's probably like really bad too.
Have you seen it? Like,
Yeah, I have because
Ugh.
I when I got Tron Legacy on DVD, it came with it.
Oh,
So I
really?
watched both. I'm a big fan of both. I don't know. Like,
yeah,
something about it, man. Like I think the visual style is obviously it's like really good, and then the soundtrack by Daft Punk is so good.
it was so cool. That's
Uh-huh.
why I saw it. It's because my dad like was super hyped about the soundtrack, so he brought me to see it, and like it was really cool.
It's about video games, of course.
Yeah, and like I feel like they like do the setting really like they do the setting justice. Like the arcade's really cool. Like,
Right.
everything's I don't know.
I mean,
I thought it was. I don't know why people hate it. So I'm gonna sound really like dumb talking about this, but I like it. I like everything about
there
it.
are things wrong with the movie. Like obviously the acting is like not the best.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Because we have Gareth Edwards, who I hate him so much. But he's the main character. He's so wooden the entire movie. I love this movie though. Like I just can't. Like I could watch this at any moment.
I just thought it was so cool as a kid.
It was
you know,
so
like
cool.
everything, like Tron, like I guess, right? He was the guy in the mask, right, with the
Right.
T on his.
Mm-hmm.
It was super subtle, but apparently he was like Tron, and he like all the disc fighting stuff. That looked
Oh my god,
so
it's
cool.
such a good scene. And then like around then was like when the DVD came out. That was like when HD was like first like really.
I remember that.
Like 1080p was like really like a huge deal. So like that was a movie that you had to like on displays on every TV. Like they sold at the store because it was like, wow, look at how crisp and everything looks. Oh, the visuals are so good. And like the only thing that like the visuals really lacks is in like Jeff Bridges and his like weird CGI thing because they de-aged
I have to
him.
say I like that part.
You like it?
Yeah, because I thought it was supposed to be like, oh, he's in a video game. He's video gaming, so
Oh really?
he makes like
I
he's
guess that
supposed to
makes
look
sense
fake.
too.
But it was super cheesy. But I don't know why. But I remember being like, whoa,
But
that's
it's
really
such-
cool. How'd they do that?
It's such a fun movie to watch. Like, oh my god, everything about it.
Well,
And I
there's-
remember, I have really fond memories of Tron Legacy too, because when Tron Legacy was coming out, they had this thing at Disneyland California Adventure.
the rave part. Right?
The rave party.
That was so cool.
And they totally turned like Hollywood Studios into like the grid. And everything was so well like themed and everything. Like they would have projections on the wall. They'd have like the giant like what is it from Space Paranoids? The weird like ship that they like fly around in the game.
Oh yeah.
They had a giant version of that, and every time you walked in, it would be like user, or like you know,
Oh, that's cool.
computer.
Uh-huh.
And oh my god! And I remember they had the Flynn's arcade. It was the coolest thing
That's
ever.
cool.
They had like a remake of the Flynn's arcade. It would be in the back, and when I had it pass when I was a little kid at Disneyland, it was the coolest thing to me because I was like, wow, I'm in this location that was in the movie. It was the coolest. Like, oh my god!
I love that stuff.
I just have so many fond memories of this movie, and I just don't. Yeah, like there's weaker things in the story and the acting, but like there's so much good about it that's like I don't understand how anybody can hate this.
Like as a kid, it just feels awesome. Like it just like it kind of shocks you.
Oh my god! And then they canceled Tron 3.
I know. I was about to say like what makes me so sad is that like they totally like sequel baited at the end with like the girls from like the other people. I forget
The ISOs.
Yeah, she has the hexagons in her like shoulder or whatever. I was like, oh man, that feels so bad. That
Oh
they,
my
like,
god!
They were so sure they were gonna get a sequel.
They were so
and then they just got canceled.
Oh my god! And I really like the ending to the movie too. The fact that I don't for some reason like the shot of her and Flynn like on the motorcycle. She's seeing Sun for the first time. It made me really emotional the first time I watched it. Oh my god! And it was like one of the first like big deal like 3D movies too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember my cousin talking about the game they were gonna make for this movie that they made for Tron Legacy, and he was like, all movie games are terrible, but they said in Game Informer that this one's gonna be an actual game. It's gonna be
Wasn't
the
it
best
bad
movie
too?
game ever. Yeah, it was actually
it
it was terrible.
It was terrible.
But he was like, I remember him being super hyped for it, and I remember like him telling me about like movie games being terrible, and then like suddenly realizing like half the games I had were like actually like really bad, like my SpongeBob and like Ed, Edd and Eddie games and the B movie game. I was like, oh no, these are actually terrible.
This is a good transition into one of my my things here because I didn't write it down, but one of my biggest guilty pleasures, the Harry Potter video games. Okay,
oh man,
this sounds really lame, but I promise you they're great games. So there's like Harry Potter video games on the PS1, but those are not the ones that I'm referring to, because they made like games for the PS1, for the GameCube, for the PC, and then for like PS2 and everything. They're all different. They're all different versions of like the same movie game, but like I had the ones on the GameCubes. I had Sorcerer's Stone. I had Chamber of Secrets and Prisoner of Azkaban. Man, those first 3 Harry Potter games, man, they're like Zelda clones.
Oh really?
Yeah. So like they're Zelda ripoffs, and they take a lot of inspiration from Zelda. They have like dungeons and everything. But like the best part of that, like Oh my god! And there's probably people in the gaming community that will defend these games too, because I feel like they're underappreciated because they're so good. But like, one of the biggest like things when you're a Harry Potter fan when you were a kid is like you want to explore Hogwarts.
Mm-hmm.
That game let us do it, and like Hogwarts was like this big expansive school that you could just like go around. You can go on the courtyard and like visit the locations that were in the books and the movies and stuff. Oh my gosh, this game was so good. And my favorite one is Prisoner of Azkaban, which is the third one, because they started introducing like new gameplay mechanics into it. So like you could play as Ron, Harry, and Hermione, and they all had special little like traits and stuff that you could like go through the dungeon stuff. You're probably never gonna play this game ever, but I'm just saying it's so good.
Is the Prisoner of Azkaban one the one where you can like to make spells you have to actually move the hands?
No.
Oh.
No,
that's
those
all I remember. Is
the later ones.
Like someone doing that.
No, the later ones are garbage. Like everything past 1, 2, and 3 is like trash. But I'm saying that these games are so good.
Huh.
Like so surprisingly, like they're so fun too, because there's obviously a huge part of Harry Potter is the world building, and so the games sometimes even like went into things that were in the books that never got talked about in the movies.
Oh, that's really cool.
So like I felt like as a fan it was like really cool too. So yeah, I'm just saying. And then also another like GameCube like adaptation game that's actually really good is SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
I remember that one. Yeah, that one was actually like really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. All my GameCube experiences are like they're bittersweet because I was like kind of too dumb to play any of the games. So I'd always get stuck and then reset and then just play the same like opening levels over and over and over again. So that was
you had no memory card.
Yeah. I'd always like go over my like cousin saves.
I remember when I was a kid, I had a GameCube for like maybe 3 months, and I still did not have a memory card. So I would literally play the intro of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban like over and over again.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
But it's fine. Oh my god, those games are so good, and they're probably no one. If you played these games when you were a kid and you're listening to this podcast, please email me, so we can talk about this because like. This is so obscure. Like, I had a lot of movie adaptation games, and like I hated like, I mean, I had some taste when I was a kid because I hated some of them. But there are like a couple that I probably liked when I was a kid, but I wouldn't like now. I still actually like I replayed Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban recently.
Oh.
But I don't know. I just get this like weird nostalgia whenever I open it up. Like
That's
they
cool.
The menu is the Marauders map of Harry Potter, and to activate the map, you have to say a spell. You have to say, "I solemnly swear that I am up to no good," and then he would say that in the menu and stuff. Oh my god, so much fan service and like attention to detail. I love that game so
cute.
much. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of games, with fan service, I have this one PS4 game that I always play when I'm like. I need like a break pretty much, and it's so embarrassing, but it's this Gundam game. So like Gundams are like these Japanese models.
Right,
like,
I know what
robots.
Gundams are. They're like it's like an anime series, right?
Yeah, it's an anime series, and then they came out with toys that are like models that you build, and I build them, and they're pretty fun. But this one, it's such a dumb game because you just like, it's in like the future where you're building all these Gundam. And then they fight each other, and the whole game is just you beating up like robots from a past animes and stuff, and then you just like you collect the parts and you just build your own Gundam, and then you can like paint it, and you can pose it and take pictures of it and send it to people, and
and it's on the PS4.
Yeah, I love that. It's so fun because I'll just
it's not really a bad game though. Is it?
Well, because you're just smashing A. And, like,
you're just smashing.
You're just like. Getting like new lasers and like the whole screen's filled with like pink lasers and like you're just breaking apart other Gundams, and then you just get more pieces and just like you just build like these really big goofy robots, and it's I just
sounds really silly.
Yeah, I get really fun. It's really excited, and it's super embarrassing because I imported it from Japan,
Oh my god!
So-
It's just a game where you mash A.
Yeah, well, like it's like a fighter, but like
Uh-huh.
you just button mashing the whole time.
Yeah.
Like
How much was
who's
it?
a kid? It was $70.
Oh my god!
Because I shipped it from Japan, so it was extra expensive.
Oh my god!
It's so embarrassing too because it's all in Japanese. So, like, and I always play my games just a little bit too loud,
Right.
and it's all just like this girl screaming in Japanese whenever she gets hit. So like, all my neighbors and my family, all they can hear is like anime girls screaming at me and like giant robots fighting. It's super embarrassing,
funny.
but yeah, sometimes I just need that. I just need like
Uh-huh.
big robots.
And anime girl screaming.
Yeah, not that part. but-
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds really weird. I want to look this up now too, just to see like what it is. Actually, yeah. I mean, I've had some experience with Gundam because my stepbrother used to play it a lot.
Oh really?
Like the actual like Gundam games though. Like I think that's like a spin-off, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So there's like the beat 'em up Gundam games that he would used to play. So I thought of that. So yeah. I guess if we want to get into the real meat of guilty pleasures though, do you have
Yeah.
anything to say before we start this though?
No, I have a couple of movies that. No, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So, if you know me, you know a big chunk of what I love about, like, oh my god, you know that I have this, like, weird obsession with, like, so bad it's good movies. And,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I love, like, anything that, like, makes me cringe for some reason, because it's, like, a weird, like, sadistic almost, like, reaction I have to it, but I just can't get enough. And so, yeah, I mean, I've watched a lot of terrible, terrible movies because they make me laugh. They're so funny. But can I talk about? Why don't we talk about one that we've both seen first?
Yeah.
So, Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh, such a good pick.
It was directed by the same.
This movie makes me so happy.
Robert Rodriguez, isn't it? He directed this.
I don't know.
He's like the same director of Spy Kids.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so,
Oh.
if you don't know what this movie is, like, he had his son come up with the concept of a movie story.
Oh, is that why it's so
yeah,
bad?
that's.
I didn't know that.
Well, no, his son didn't write the script, but
But he came up with a shark boy and
there's
a lava
still
girl.
a lot that's bad with it other than the concept. So, but, like, so yeah, he had his son like come up with the concept and like write down a little outline, and then I guess he wrote the script. I guess Robert Rodriguez wrote the script himself. So we have this like crazy movie about Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and like a kid named Max who like dreams up about these, and like they go to this world of like the dreamscape or whatever, and then they like, oh my gosh,
Yeah, and
it's all CGI.
George Lopez is the villain, right?
Mr. Electricidad.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming back to me now.
Mr. In the real world, he's Mr. Electricidad, but in the dream world, he's
like a
Mr.
robot.
Electric, and he has this awful like character design where it's like just his face and he's like a giant head.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this movie. There's like so much nostalgia I have with this.
I know. I
Because I
have
used to,
like
like-
weird, like fond reactions to this movie, and it's so awful. It is legitimately one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, but like, I love it.
It's I forget his name. Logan? No.
Taylor Lautner.
Taylor Lautner. Yeah, he's like it's his breakout role, right?
His breakout role. Yeah, I actually didn't know when he got casted for Twilight. Like, I didn't realize until somebody
Shark
told
Boy.
me that he was Shark Boy. That's so funny.
This movie's so cheesy.
I know.
Like I never really understood why, like they're supposed to be opposites, right? It's supposed to be water and like lava,
Yeah.
water and fire.
But it's
right?
like saying
But it's lava and sharks. What?
Sharks is the opposite of lava.
Oh, I remember when they kiss and then it hurts him because
Yeah.
she's lava or whatever.
It's so weird. But you know what? Like, I actually rewatched this recently, and I'm not saying that the movie is good, but there's some like really like surprisingly really cool stuff about this, and it's like the parents, Shark Boy and Lava Girl, like represent Max's parents in like a weird way. They like are parallel to each other.
Oh really?
It's so weird, but like because his parents are like going through a divorce or something,
Mm-hmm.
and so like they're like, oh my god, I guess it's really overt, but like when you're a kid you don't realize this stuff. But like his parents are like opposites with each other, right? And so is Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and they work out their differences, and so like the Shark Boy and Lava Girl help his parents work out their differences. And I never really caught on to that as a kid.
I didn't know that at all. And I like my favorite game is about divorce. So wow.
Wow. And no, there's a lot in this, and it's just so. Oh my god! Remember the part where like Taylor Lautner like sings? He does a rap or whatever.
Oh my.
To like
no,
sing
I
Max
don't
to
remember.
sleep. Oh my god! He's like dream, 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 dream,
Oh, okay.
dream, dream.
Oh yeah. And they're on the cookie, right? And they're floating on the milk river.
They're in this like sweet landscape, and there's like cake everywhere. Oh my god!
Oh.
And it's all like bad CGI. Like, oh my god, you know your CGI is bad when you make food look not
Gross.
good, because oh my god, animated food is one of my favorite things. And like in like anime or like a cartoon, whenever they like eat food in Coraline, like that's one of my favorites. Like in Coraline, when she's like eating the chicken and like in the mashed potatoes, it all looks real.
Yeah.
You know you
Oh,
failed
yeah.
on a visual effects level when like you can't make food look good.
Or even a cookie. Like
Or
you
even
have
a
to try that
cookie.
hard.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's something.
Oh my god. And just everything about it is so ridiculous. Like the acting for like I mean I guess they're kids, right? So let's not like judge their acting, but like
Still.
oh my god, the Linus, the bully. What kind of bully is named Linus first of all? But
Yeah,
he's like
it's so, like a nerdy name.
it's like a meme that like it's like a meme now. Like the little kid says, Max is like, he stole my dream journal, and then Linus says like, I did not, Mr. Electric, have him to the principal and have him expelled. Or something. It's so, it's ridiculous. Oh, but
It's so good.
it's a movie that you could just watch and will just like, it's so bad you'll like cry because it's like so funny. Oh my god.
Oh, I have a good one
Uh-huh.
like that. It's you've probably never seen this movie, and I don't think I'm even getting the title right, but it's The Adventures of Babysitting.
Oh my god, no, I haven't seen this.
It's
Is
like-
this like a Disney Channel movie?
No, it's my stepmom showed it to me a long time ago. She's like, "Oh, I love this movie. You gotta check it out." And it's like this super 80s, like super cheesy 80s movie that's like no one even remembers. It's like just so
Right.
dumb, and it's like. For me, it's like almost a sci-fi film because it's so 80s. It's from like nothing is familiar to me. It's all like this weird like all this weird technology and like all this like weird culture. Like it feels like Blade Runner.
It
If you-
feels
if you,
like it feels
compare
like
the
a
two,
world.
Yeah, it feels like a different world. It's so cheesy, and it's like it's during that time.
What's
like,
this about?
Oh my! I barely even remember. It's like this like high schooler is like making money for trying to make money for prom or something.
By
and,
babysitting?
Yeah, she babysits, and then like I think the baby gets stolen. Yeah, the baby gets stolen, and then her and the sister and the brother of the baby have to go rescue him, and like
Right.
the brother has a crush on the babysitter, and the sister is like really obsessed with Thor or something.
Isn't this like based off of a book series or something?
I don't think so.
I swear I've seen this in a book.
Maybe
too.
I should look it up, but yeah, and it's super cheesy, and it's during that like time when like 80s movies they didn't have like PG-13, so like
Mhm.
they go to like a strip club and stuff, and like I think the babysitter takes off her clothes for the boy at one point.
Yeah.
Just to like I don't know shock him or
Oh my
something.
God,
And it's like a
this
kids
is
movie, and
crazy.
I saw this when I was like 11, and it's just
It sounds
it's just
like
this
a
weird world to me that I just like. I like watching it sometimes.
It's like so weird.
Uh-huh.
Did they have like flip phones and everything, or was it like weird?
It's like the
made
brick
up technology,
like the brick phone.
Oh,
Like,
the brick phone.
yeah,
Oh,
like the wire stuff. I'm like,
See, what's interesting about this is that I think Disney Channel just remade this recently.
okay, I had to
Because
look
I've
this up.
seen, I swear I've heard the name before, but it's not the one you're talking about. Like, definitely. Here, we'll look it up right now.
Yeah, I remember the front cover is like her climbing down the side of a building with the kids hanging off of her.
Oh
and
my
like
gosh.
the event, not the Adventure Zone. I forget the actual name of the movie. Adventure. The Adventure of Babysitting. Oh, is this it? No, it's not. Oh yeah, it is it. Okay. Yeah, the Adventure. Adventures in Babysitting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I think there's a Disney Channel remake that just came out like 2 years ago or something.
Why? Just why?
But I'm pretty sure it was like different, obviously, because it's Disney Channel.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's real. Adventures in
God.
Babysitting Wild Side.
Uh-huh. Disney Channel, right?
Yeah, oh my god.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, and his friend tags along and he's the one. Okay, yeah. This is a really bad picture of the movie poster.
Oh no.
Have you never seen this before?
I've never seen it before.
No. Yeah, it's super, like, this is just a dumb, bad 80s movie.
Uh-huh.
And I just like, for some reason, I always like it. I always
You have
go
some
back to
weird
watching it.
fondness to it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Going on to another one that we've both seen. I had to write Spider-Man 3 on here.
Really?
It's so bad. But it's Spider-Man 3 is genuinely a terrible movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, when I watch it, it's like really funny to the point like I like this on an ironic level. Because, oh my god, we have emo Peter Parker, obviously. Because it's so funny. 'Cause this is like, this came out in the 2000s, right? Like, I believe it was, no, not early 2000s, but like somewhere.
Yeah, I was born
We
when
were-
this came
we-
out.
yeah, we
we
were
were
born
conscious
when-
people. So
Still,
yeah.
but like, it was like, it's that weird like early 2000s like hardcore thing, you know? Where they have like the rock music playing in the background of like a superhero and he's
Yeah.
like edgy because he like, I don't know, he like beats up a guy or something.
Yeah, doesn't he
and
go
he's
to,
in
like-
a black suit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I haven't seen this movie recently, but I kind of want to revisit it because there's so many like things about it. Like the Sandman character, he makes absolutely no sense.
Oh, I remember him.
He has like weird. They have this like weird plot line where like he murdered Peter Parker's parents, but it's never revisited. It's never like mentioned again later in the movie.
Yeah.
And then there's like weird things going on with like the Venom and like the Venom like gets whatever his friend's name, I forgot his name.
Like,
but
I think it's. Oh, geez, I should probably know.
it's
This.
not
It's like
Flash,
Eddie Brock.
it's someone else. Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
It's just, and then all of this is going on. Like Peter Parker has like an emo phase, and he like dances. Bryce Dallas Howard is in there playing like Gwen Stacy, but like Gwen Stacy's the model. This movie is a mess. There's too many things going on here, and it's so bad it's good. There's no other way to describe it.
I have a weird relationship with this movie because I remember like seeing it in the theaters and like liking it, and just having like no problems with
Well,
it.
don't
just thought
worry,
it was,
I
like,
liked
cool
it when I was a
movie.
kid too.
But then like years later, like last year, I saw
Uh-huh.
I don't know, like a CinemaSins thing on it, and I realized how bad it was, and I had no idea.
It's
I
so
don't
funny
even-
because
like,
when you're a kid, you really like these things. And then
Yeah.
you just-
I had completely blocked out the scene where he's like dancing, like he's like the emo guy and he's dancing because
right.
he's so cool.
Oh
now.
my gosh.
I don't even remember that part.
Uh-huh.
I just completely blocked it out of my brain.
Mary Jane Watson has like a musical or something that she's doing. There's so many plot lines in this movie. It's so unfocused and oh my god. They never really learned their lesson either because Sony like made the same mistake with the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Except I don't think it
What?
was as cringy as like Spider-Man 3, but like it's still really
Yeah. There's some bad parts. In
There's some
Spider-Man
really
2.
yeah, oh my gosh.
That movie's so weird. They just like let them like each other. They let the characters talk to each other, but then it's just like super awkward conversations.
Are you talking about Spider-Man 3?
Spider-Man 2.
Oh, Amazing
super
Spider-Man
confusing.
2.
That's Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yeah.
TASM 2. I don't remember a lot of that movie. I know Felicity Jones was on it for a little bit, and they were like trying to sequel bait stuff a lot. In Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Felicity Jones was Black Cat, but like before she was Black Cat, you know?
I didn't even pick that part up.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because that was a mess.
But like, I don't know. Spider-Man 3 is like an enjoyable mess, while like Amazing Spider-Man 2 isn't. So
I'm gonna have to rewatch that movie because that sounds like fun.
What, Amazing Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 3?
Spider-Man 3. It's getting confusing.
Yeah, man, what a terrible. You know, like, it makes me frustrated that they messed up Amazing Spider-Man 2 so much, because there's some like genuinely good things about Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, it's an unpopular opinion, but I like Andrew Garfield's performance as Peter Parker. Like, he's not nerdy enough, but his Spider-Man is really good.
I liked him. I just like Andrew Garfield. He's
a likable dude.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah. But man, I just wish they were given better scripts too. And Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield, like, they're so good and they're all so wasted.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. Going on, I wrote down Birdemic.
Oh yeah. I have more nostalgia for the JonTron video of this than the actual
Really?
movie.
Yeah.
It's
so
yeah.
This is such an obscure movie, but you know, a lot of it's actually filmed in our area.
Is it really?
Yeah. There's a part where they visit a Chinese restaurant, and that's just like Bolsa. Like, I've been there before.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So Birdemic is like some weird environmentalist movie that was made where the birds attack and like there's no other plot.
I guess it's supposed to be like Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Yeah, but like there's like weird environmentalist messages into, and I love environmentalism. Like, that's something I actually really care about. But man, it's so heavy-handed here, and like, oh my god. So a lot of this movie is so unnecessary. We spent like, I actually watched this like 3 times, I think. And the first...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, obviously I watch it with other people, though, because I'm not that crazy. The first 30 minutes are spent, like, following this dude who's just, like, the blandest, the most generic actor I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you, like, watch him go to work.
You watch him go to work.
You see his commute, and he gets gas.
He goes on a date. Like, it's
super awkward, too.
It's super awkward, and then, like, the birds don't even, like, come in until, like, halfway through the movie. And when they do, they're, like, all, like, terrible CGI birds. And they're, like... It makes me cry with laughter when I see this, because, like, the actors are all supposed to be fighting the birds. They have coat hangers. There's a shot where they're just like
swinging in the air.
Swinging it into the air. This is not a visual podcast, but I really wish I could just like show you a clip of this. So please look it up. I think you can watch the JonTron
watch the JonTron video.
Yeah, video, and you'll just get the effect. But if you're really like crazy like me and like just watch the movie, like watch it with some friends, because it's such a good time. Like watching, because it's so objectively bad on every level. There are bad movies that usually have, like, you know, something good about them. Like, the cinematography is pretty okay, you know, like, it's a well-produced movie, but it's bad on a narrative level.
Yeah.
This is bad on just, like, every single objective level, and it's so bad that it's good.
Yeah, doesn't, like, the audio, like, cut out sometimes? And
the audio
spike and stuff?
Yeah,
like,
it will cut out, like, the first scene.
That kind of movie.
The first scene, the guy drives, and then he goes to the restaurant, and then the waitress, like... in the poorest audio recorded possible, like, she says hello, and it sounds so distorted. How can I take your order? Yeah. Oh my god, I love movies that are just terrible on every level. You know, because it's like something that everybody can rip apart and like agree on it's bad, you know?
Yeah.
So there's like some sense of like, you know, solidarity there when you're watching a bad movie. It's just like you're suffering, but you're suffering with another person, so it's all great. Do you have anything else to talk about?
This one I'm never gonna watch it again, but I did have fun watching it one time, and it was The Monkey King. It's gonna take a lot.
I think I've heard of this. But explain it anyway.
So I watched Rogue One, and I got really obsessed with Donnie Yen because he's like the coolest man on earth.
He is the coolest dude ever.
And so I saw Ip Man. I was like, okay, that was amazing. That movie's great. I need to see more Donnie Yen movies. So I was just sifting through like Netflix, and I just picked the worst one I could find that my friend hadn't seen, and it was this Chinese straight to TV Chinese movie about the Legend of the Monkey King, and it's got Donnie Yen.
And Donnie Yen is the main character.
He's this guy in a monkey suit, and we were just shocked. It was a 2-hour movie of just like Donnie Yen jumping around on all fours as a monkey, and I will never look at this actor the same way again.
Chirrut in Rogue One. If you guys don't know who Donnie Yen is, Chirrut in Rogue One Star Wars, the one that's like a monk and he's blind.
I'm one with the Force is one with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. The coolest guy.
He's the coolest dude ever. Oh my god, this makes me like him even more for some reason.
Then don't watch this movie. I've never looked up to someone so much and then like looked down at them so bad. Cause this movie's just like terrible. Cause it's got like the bad Chinese rip-off CGI graphics.
Was there subtitle? Like, was there poorly like?
There were subtitles, so we know what they were saying, but
was it like poorly translated to?
Yeah, and the movie just like does not make sense at all. Like the monkey is he's just a terrible guy. Like he's chosen by the gods or something, and like they try to train him to be the king of heaven or whatever, and he just messes with people. He just like he's just like a really mean guy. I want
to look this up now.
It's 2 hours.
It's 2 hours.
We were exhausted by the end.
That's as long as La La Land.
But yeah, he he's always like playing pranks on people and stuff, and he like steals the magical armor from like the Ocean Kingdom, and then like the entire Ocean Kingdom is destroyed because he stole the armor, and we're supposed to like, this is the protagonist. We're supposed to feel like good for this guy, and he's just millions of lives have been lost because of this character, because he just like does whatever he wants. It's so weird, and Donnie Yen makes the weirdest faces. Like he's like ooh ooh, like he's making these weird like monkey faces, and these weird monkey sounds. That movie was a train wreck.
I'm so happy. But Donnie Yen.
I'm never gonna forget that movie.
Mm-hmm. Sounds unforgettable. Donnie Yen.
He's a great actor, though.
He's a great actor.
Very good at kung fu. Or martial arts.
He reminds me of like my dad and stepdad have like this weird like fascination with Jackie Chan, and so like my fascination with Donnie Yen reminds me of that. So yeah, he's so cool, and he does like a lot of like Ip Man. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but you should.
Have you seen Ip Man?
I've seen the first one.
Yeah,
because my stepdad was obsessed with it, so I've seen it. Yeah, I'm
planning to watch all three. Because I can't get enough.
Yeah, Donnie Yen, he's so great. He's like, that's like John Wick almost.
I need to see that movie. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, I mean, Ip Man is like Chinese propaganda. Like it's just straight up like a movie about how great China is.
Yeah.
But even then, it's still just
just really fun to watch, because all the stunts and stuff, they're so cool.
Yeah.
So next is my favorite, like, so bad it's good movie ever, The Room.
Yeah, the whammy. Like this is.
Oh my gosh! If you're gonna watch anything,
one. Yeah.
If you're gonna watch anything on here, probably you don't want to like binge on all of this, because you might just like lose brain cells or something.
Yeah.
But like, this is the one to watch. It is the weirdest, the strangest movie ever, and it came out like 2002. So it's like, it's like not even that old, but it feels like such a classic because so oh my god, there's a weird culture behind this movie. It has become such a cult classic, and like people have screenings of it, and they have they like throw spoons whenever something appears or like whatever a line is said. Oh my gosh. But there's like, I can't really explain the plot to this because there is no plot. It's like there's this guy named Johnny, played by Tommy Wiseau, who's like, oh my gosh. I'm afraid this is too obscure for some people.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people who know exactly what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
It's so hard to explain, but like this movie's like almost popular now because it's so bad.
I'm sure that it's gonna get really popular soon because James Franco's writing. He's making the movie adaptation of the book that was based off of like the making of this movie called The Disaster Artist, which I read. I am a huge fan of the book.
I want to read that book.
Yeah. James Franco's making this adaptation for it, and I think when that comes out, a lot of people will know about this movie. But like, I guess we're cool because we get to say we know now. But so there's like a weird guy named Johnny. He's like a baker, and then like he finds out his wife is cheating on him, and then it's supposed to be. I feel like it's supposed to be some weird like deep, artsy movie about like
it is
relationships and like weird like weird commentary on like married people and stuff and like I mean they're not married, they're like engaged, like like commentary on like couples and like gender and stuff, but it comes off of this like really weirdly sexist like but it's like so bad you just can't be offended by it because it's so the line delivery is like it feels so otherworldly because it's like how was this movie like able to be made, it was like released it was released in theaters, it like totally bombed in every way, but like oh my gosh, I can't, I feel like whatever I'm saying about it is not doing it enough justice. You just need to watch it.
There's so much going on. Like, it's just like the sets are bad, just the scenes, like just the idea of what's going on just doesn't make any sense. And then Tommy Wiseau, right?
Tommy Wiseau.
Is it Wiseau or
Wiseau? I don't know. I don't know. He's such a character. So look up, like, not only when you watch this movie, don't just watch the movie. Look up his history and stuff because he's such a weird guy. Like, he came to America. He tells everybody that he's like 100% American, like born in America and stuff, but he's like clearly European.
Yeah,
and
he has a thick
vaguely
accent
European. Yeah, vaguely, like we don't even know what he is because he won't tell anybody. He just says that he's American, and he has like this weird like body, like physique and stuff, and he's he speaks in like a really weird like accent, and I don't know. He's such a character because he spent so much money on this movie.
Mm-hmm.
He spent so much money like getting obviously all the actors and stuff. The Room was actually 100% funded by him. He didn't have like a studio, like he had yeah, and he had full confidence in this project. And I mean if you watch The Room and you really end up like enjoying it because it's so bad, it's good. Please read The Disaster Artist by Greg Sestero, who is the guy who plays Mark in The Room. It's a lot about their friendship. It's actually really like heartwarming at some points because it's like it's weird. It's about his Greg Sestero, like he did this movie like because he felt like Tommy was that weird friend that you have around you. Like you don't want to be mean to them, but like he's that weird friend that you have that like you feel like he's not I don't know how to phrase this. Tommy is his like weird friend, that's like the person that you hang around with. He's like very strange and like distant and like but he, you know, you can't get rid of him because you just feel too bad. And so
Yeah.
that relationship that he describes between them is like so like oddly heartwarming. And oh my gosh, just please check out The Room, check out The Disaster Artist. It's totally worth your time. Don't watch with parents because there's like a lot of weird like sexual scenes, but it's also like badly like it's so badly like filmed and stuff. It's just funny to watch. And like while they're doing that, there's like weird like pop music in the background, and one of them's like, "You are my rose, you are my rose." It's the funniest thing ever. I feel like I'm doing such a bad like job describing it right now, but
You just have to see this one. This is one like you should see.
there
Like,
are no
matter
words.
What, like yeah.
No, there are no words. Please watch it. I guess you got anything else?
I have Speed Racer.
Oh yeah.
I
haven't seen this.
You should. I need to watch it again. But this is the movie that taught me how to flip off people.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not why it's good. But yeah, that totally like I understood it, like
I think
you just get that
I heard
moment.
it was a really pretty movie. Like
It's the only reason why it's good. It's a Wachowski movie, so it is like.
Oh, it's a Wachowski movie. They
Yeah.
made this.
They remade the like old Speed Racer cartoon. And it's like it's really really saturated, like oversaturated, super vibrant, super cartoony, and like super action oriented. It's too cheesy. It's ridiculously cheesy, but. Everything about it is just super. It's really fun.
Sounds like a very fun movie to watch.
Yeah, because it's actually kind of beautiful. Like there's a lot of like really ridiculous, crazy shots, but they kind of like they just pay off because no one ever tries them because they're like this car will like jump over another car and then speed, like it'll drift like through the whole track, but then the track will just like morph into like a checkered flag and the entire screen will just be like flashing black and white with the car.
My God.
And like then it'll all like spin around and like it's like almost trippy because it's so I don't know, it's so riveting to watch.
I saw
it's
somebody
ridiculous.
post about this and they were like it's some of like the most beautiful shots they've ever seen in their life, but it's like the movie is just itself is just so bad.
It's garbage.
It's garbage.
It's so garbage.
It sounds really fun though. I personally like love a lot of movies that just only are visually pleasing and then nothing else. So.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, because we put Tron Legacy on here.
And then like they try to, because the cadence of the cartoon's really weird, right? Because it's Japanese and they dub over it. So like there's always like these weird acting decisions where they do the oh wow or ooh la or like you know like they're trying to do like the reaction shots from the anime.
Yeah.
And it never pays off. It looks so weird. There's all these like weird references that are always so fun.
That sounds so fun to check out.
Yeah, I need to watch it again. But yeah, that's definitely one of my guilty pleasure movies.
Yeah.
That's super embarrassing. There's a 90-year-old that does Let's Plays.
A 90-year-old that does Let's Plays?
Yeah. Shout out to Shirley Curry. She does hardcore games too that like Ark Survival Evolved and like
God.
Skyrim. She does like long form Let's Plays. And she's 90. It's so cool. I do get a little creeped out because her voice is like really soft.
Is she really good at it though?
I mean, yeah, she's like Ark's kind of a hard game.
She's
like
a competent player.
Yeah, these are complex like survival like games, and yeah, she's like actually really good at them. So that's awesome.
I'm happy, but like that's actually really cool. Usually people in that age range are just like, ugh.
No, like there's no games literacy there because like they've never touched anything like that. So like even like moving with the analogs is like completely foreign to them. So it's so cool that like she's like
that's so awesome.
a pro gamer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't watch her too much because then I feel like I have like a weird like old people fetish, you know? I don't. Like it just feels like, oh, maybe someone's gonna judge me for watching like this old lady talking to a microphone. I feel weird about it.
Yeah.
But it's so awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how to end this, but Yeah.
No, this was a really chill episode.
I know this was like a really like probably the least structured episode we've ever had. But you know, there's no guest this week. Might as well just like chill out with us, you know?
Yeah, tell us what you think. If this is like what you
why
like.
Why don't you email us your personal guilty pleasures and I'll like check them out because
we'll read some out.
Especially if you have some so bad it's good movies. Like I always, whenever I'm feeling sad, I always like watch something like that. It will always perk me up because it's like that's what it is.
Oh yeah, and if you like podcasts and you liked us talking about this, you should check out How Did This Get Made? It's a whole podcast where they pick a
Is that your recommendation for this week?
No, it's just like a off-topic thing.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it's not weird.
I checked out this podcast. I actually really like it.
It's really funny. It's like a bunch of comedians, and they watch a super terrible movie. They find the worst movies. Like, stuff that's just, like, shocking to see. Uh-huh. Not, like, because they're just so bad.
And they talk to people who,
and they talk about it. They all come together and watch it and then talk about it. It's so funny. It's hilarious. So if you like So Bad It's Good movies, this is like the
That's
catalog,
something that you check out.
the compendium of So Bad It's Good movies. So,
Final regards. Again, please check out The Room. If you don't want to watch the movie, at least read The Disaster Artist. It's like genuinely a great book because not only is it just like the story of the behind the scenes of The Room, it's like also this really heartwarming story between this friendship that Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero have. You want to get into our end slate? So, like, what's your recommendation this week, Parker?
Okay, so do you want, like, a movie-based thing or something totally out of the ballpark?
I mean, your goal is out of the ballpark, so check out whatever.
Okay, I want to shout out Buckyballs. They might be banned in America still, so...
What is this?
Okay, it's just, so they come in a box, and they're just, like, this cube of little magnetized balls, and you just like they're kind of so tiny that you can like knead it like Play-Doh because they all stick together, and it's just my favorite toy in the world. It's so like fun to play with because you can like
they're like Play-Doh but they're like tiny balls that are magnetic. Or
they're big. They're like this big, like pea-sized.
Yeah.
But like you can just get like a clump of them, just like knead them because they all like kind of stick together. And it's like it's so fun to play with because you can assemble them into like a perfect cube or like string them all out because they're all magnetized. It's just such a weird versatile toy. Like I always like stringing them all out and then like wrapping it into like a big tube and then like breaking the tube up and then wrapping it into like a double tube and like you can make like weird complex shapes like I've made like hexagonal like balls with it and stuff and like it's this weird like building toy but it's really fun. You should really check it out. It's
I think
so
a lot of
fun
people
to play
will like
with.
this because there's like this huge slime obsession now with like slime. Have you heard about this? Like people have like slime parties. And then because like it's apparently really easy to make like slime, so it's like just glue and like contact solution or whatever.
Oh.
So like people just like have slime parties and they like design colored slimes and like just kind of just mess with it.
That makes because I was wondering. I volunteer at this middle school and this girl had like a big bag of slime.
Yeah.
So it all makes sense now.
It all makes sense now. It's like a huge thing.
Buckyballs.
Yeah, Buckyballs.
You could probably still get some online because they're probably not banned there or banned in Europe. Okay, so they're banned because they're magnets, right? And they're tiny. So I guess some kid like swallowed them. And if you swallow two, they
like the Kinder eggs.
Yeah, but
they're banned for dumb reasons.
These ones they're magnets, so if they get into your digestive tract, they stick together and they'll like pinch in your intestines and like almost kill you. But
so don't do that. Don't eat them, please.
But yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
My favorite toy in the whole wide world.
Okay.
People should check it out, especially with ADD.
Of course, my recommendation every week. I'm gonna keep holding it in.
Plug it.
Yeah, I'll just keep plugging it in because I want you guys to check it out. But I have a web series. It is a 6-episode miniseries that is inspired by the likes of Twilight Zone, Goosebumps. It is a horror anthology web series. It is 6 episodes. It is all on Foothill Film School. The link will be in the description if you want to check it out. Please, it was a lot of effort to put the show together, more than a lot of people think. I'm pretty sure. So it was a laborious love, and I just want you guys to check it out because I put a lot of work into it. But yeah, please check that out. I guess, do you have anything else to plug?
Email us. I guess we should plug like our stuff.
Oh right. If you would like to be a guest on our podcast, please email nighttalkspodcast@gmail.com
or
with something that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also just to like give us feedback, or if you just want, like if you saw the room or something, you want to talk about it, like email us and we'll check it out and we might like talk about it on the podcast or something, you know. And like my social media, like just if you want to give us feedback.
I will link everything in the description of this podcast, so please check it out. We will put our social media here. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah, we have those social media accounts up. And we post pictures of us and our guests, and yeah, it's all a fun time. One last thing, though, I would like to give a shout out to this iTunes reviewer who gave us 5 stars.
Cheese
money,
dollar sign.
There's 4 dollar signs. And they said something really nice to us, like the other day, and it made me really happy. But they said, "I don't listen to any podcast, but this is now my favorite thing ever. I love listening to Parker and Tyler talk because they are so entertaining to listen to and they are so passionate about everything they talk about, which makes me really happy. The quality of this podcast is so high and I enjoy everything about this. Keep up the good work."
Yeah, our first 5-star review. It felt awesome, so we just wanted to shout it out.
It felt so gratifying.
Thank you, whoever you are.
Thank you, whoever you are. Cheese money, $. Great
username.
Yeah. If you want to check us out, if you want to guest on the podcast, you can anytime. But yeah.
Leave a review if that it helps us out, definitely, and cheers us up. So
it cheers us up. Well, we're not getting paid for this, so
yeah, and I guess like publicity, like we won't get found on iTunes. So.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
You know, yeah, do whatever you want. But we do have a pretty good listener base because the last episode got like around 50 listens.
Yeah.
And the first episode got like 100. So
that's great.
That's great.
That's
no, I'm happy with this. I really like having this podcast. We promise we will have someone as a guest next week. It's just this was a really crazy week for both of us. So we thought something chill would be better. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Tyler Tang. I'm signing off.
I'm Parker Crandall. I guess I'm also signing off.
Yeah, see you next week. Goodbye.
Later.